guns, gear, on-target training out here in Oregon. Today I wanted to talk about the shot cadence. The cadence at which you shoot and how to improve that and also be more consistent. Before we get started, however, I would ask if you enjoy our content to please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Comments are super important, guys, because they allow us to communicate, and they also allow us, you and the folks at On Target Training, to learn from each other. I want to tell you and stress the fact that I am a continuous learner, and as an instructor, I am always looking to learn. I certainly don't have all the answers. That's very obvious from my shooting, but I do have enough humility to be interested in learning and growing. All right, so back to our shot cadence topic. The idea of a shot cadence is as we develop our skills, and we're working on more consistency, managing our sights, our trigger, our recoil, managing all of that. The shot cadence tells us a lot about our level of proficiency and control. Simply put, a shot cadence is the number of shots fired in a certain time frame. In this case, we're talking about shots fired in a second or 2 seconds. But to learn a shot cadence, we start with a 1 second increment of time. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, so approximately a second. To do this effectively, however, you need a shot timer. The most important part, other than, obviously a firearm, magazines, ammunition, training, ear protection, eye protection, is a shot timer. A shot timer is really going to help you understand how you are in fact performing and evolving in terms of your skills. There are multiple types of shot timers out there. I'm not going to go into that, like whatever you can afford. There are even shot timer apps you can put on your phone, which also work. So that's something that you will need to be able to effectively learn shot cadence and to understand where your limitations are. So actually my background is as a classically trained trumpet player. And because of that, I understand meter and rhythm. So for me, when I'm looking at 1 second increments, right? Again, I'm using the 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, what we would call 60 beats per minute. What I'm doing then is I'm taking that beat, that second, and I'm dividing it. So a 2-shot time cadence would be 1 and 2 and bang, 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 bang. That's 4 shots in approximately 2 seconds. If I want 3 shots, bang, 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 right? 3 shots in a second. And then 4 shots in a second. Bang, 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 bang. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, obviously, competitive shooters are shooting at, in many cases, almost 6 shots a second. So I'm not there. I'm not going to be a competitive shooter with my physical handicap and, whatever. That's irrelevant. But if you want to develop the techniques that involve, sights, recoil management, all of that, a shot timer and shot cadence will really help you do that. So in this next bit of video here, you are going to see me working some 2 to 3 to 4 shot cadences. And then my attempt at 5. My attempt at 5 shots per second doesn't get there. I can't run the trigger enough and hold on to the gun essentially with my dominant hand to get that consistently. No excuses. It's just the way it is. If I had my 2, hands with 5 fingers and no screwed up elbow and all the rest of it, I'd be able to have a more aggressive grip with my non-dominant hand and not grip it as hard with my dominant hand, which would allow my finger to go a little bit faster in terms of managing that trigger and how fast I could shoot. The other thing we're looking for in the shot cadence is reasonable combat effective hits, right? So you can't see it here, but on this target here, we have, this is a target from the Sig Sauer Academy. And what we have here is we have, you know, essentially an 8-inch, and I believe, or maybe this is a 6 and a 4. But what we're trying to do, and you could do this on an IDPA target, anything that gives you like that A zone or down 0 zone. And what we're trying to do in our shot cadence, regardless of how fast we shoot, is keep them all in that center area. I recommend starting this drill at shot cadence at approximately, 3 yards and work your way back as you develop the proficiency. Because what we are trying to do is train that balance of speed and accuracy. And in the context of self-defense or personal protection, we're looking for combat effective hits in the upper chest area, right? This drill is not a tactical drill. It is a skill drill. There are differences, obviously. So when you practice this, notate, like get a notebook out or use your phone to write notes about your performance so you can see how you're performing. Under stress, the average shooter shoots about 3 shots per second. If you're able to put 3 to 4 on target, like 3 shots is not 3 hits. It's easy to miss. I prove this all the time. But if I can get combat effective hits on target quickly, accurately, then I have a much better chance of neutralizing or stopping that threat. The last thing I'd say about this is, yes, you are going to have to expend some ammo doing this. You can't just do this, in 2-shot increments. Yes, in a sense, you could fire just 2 shots, but if I have to fire 4 shots or 5 shots in sequence, that's going to demand much more proficiency in terms of grip, stance, sight, follow through, all of those things. So it's important actually that you not only just do 2-shot increments, that you do 3 and 4. You don't have to do a lot, but if you do over a period of time and you're accurately recording this, it will make a difference. In addition to that, it really, really helps, I can't stress this enough, to videotape yourself, whether it's with your phone, whether it's with another camera. And it's not like you have to share this with anybody, but you want to videotape your practice sessions for a couple of reasons. One is you will find the mistakes that you are making, whether it's through the presentation. You'll see potential safety issues that you have with regards to flagging yourself or something like that, right? So that's better to figure out sooner than rather than later. And the other advantage is, of course, if you are practicing and documenting, if you ever have to defend yourself in court, you will be asked about your training, your experience. If you can't prove that you actually go to the range and that you continue to take classes as well as train to maintain and develop your proficiency, that will count against you. So I strongly encourage you to, when you go to the range and you take pictures of what you did, take videos of what you did, record what you're practicing in a notebook. All of that will help you develop your shooting skills and your proficiency. At this point, this next part of the video is me demonstrating some of this. There's a lot of ambient noise on the range. There are other shooters on bays on either side of me. I apologize for that. I know it's a little frustrating. What I'm really looking for you to do is to listen to the shot cadence and think about how you can use this approach to develop your shooting skills. So the shot cadence is simply a way of measuring your shots and doing them in a systematic cadence, 1 and 2 and, or 1 2 3 1 2 3, or 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, something like that. So downrange we have our target. So it's not the first shot we're really concerned about, it's our evenness of the What we're looking for on our split times is about 0.30, 283030. That's what we're looking for at 3 shots a second. And now 4 shots. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What should we be seeing here is 0.24, 0.25, something, 0.24, 23, 27, 0.25, 24, 27. So that's what we should be getting at that 4 shot. All right, and now I'm going for a 5 shot cadence, which would be about 0.2. Now, this for me, I'm not particularly good at. Obviously, top competitive shooters are like 0.15, and they'll put together a 6 shot string in a second. I'm not that person. All right, so for me, getting in beyond the 4 shots a second is about where I can keep them in at a reasonable distance and have combat effective hits. When I go to 5, right, I'm just not working the trigger fast enough to be able to do that. So that's what a shot cadence drill looks like. It's really helpful. Yes, it costs some ammunition, but it's really helpful to understand your shot cadence, particularly at different distances. The farther back we get, the farther away from our target. Probably, at least for me, I have to be more precise with the trigger so my shot cadence is actually slower. Well, folks, that's a quick training tip. Thanks so much for watching. Finally, and as always, stay safe.